Hello sports fan, this is Steven here for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special Major League Baseball breakdown video about some of these outlandish contracts we've seen within the last 2 days. Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers, third baseman slash first baseman, got a monster deal, looking at about $248 million for 10 years. Mike Trout, well deserved, but 6 years, $144+ million. You're looking at A-Rod, who the two richest contracts in baseball history at $275 and $252 million respectively. You look at Albert Pujols and the Angels giving him $200+ million. When is enough going to be enough? Looking at baseball and them not having a salary cap but them having a luxury tax is stupid to me. When it comes down to it, Major League Baseball spends money the most ridiculous out of any of these sports. I know even like sometimes soccer gets ridiculous. Soccer doesn't get ridiculous like this. When you look at all the things, intangibles, there's nothing that says give a 30-year-old a 10-year contract. To me, the Detroit Tigers do not care about the future. They care about winning right now. God knows Miguel Cabrera, he could be hitting into his 40s, hitting multiple home runs, having great years, but realistically, with the list of players, of great players on this list, looking at A-Rod and him falling apart basically less than 10 years into that deal. Looking at Albert Pujols falling apart less than 3 years after that mega deal, after leaving St. Louis. The Cardinals look like geniuses right now, having won a World Series without Pujols, and you're also looking at him with the Angels and not really getting off the ground as far as what he does. This is why I have to say it. You cannot put multiple millions upon millions of hundreds of millions into one player. I say it for football also. You cannot put 20-some million dollars into a Peyton Manning. He may be great, he may be all these great things, but when it comes down to it, if something happens, God forbid, and he gets his leg broken or he gets his arm broken, he gets a significant injury where he cannot play, that handcuffs the franchise in such a negative way. Look how they got Andrew Luck. The Colts sucked for a whole year, almost didn't win a game because Peyton Manning had neck surgery. This are some of the freak accidents and injuries that can happen in sports. Now, I think Major League Baseball needs to come with a hard luxury tax, and they need to really get to the point where they say, you know what, you cannot spend so much money. I get the idea that whatever they spend over, they split between the little market teams and they divide that evenly. That has to stop, because these contracts are getting so polluted and so bloated that it doesn't matter what they do after year 5, because the team is just going to pay them. They may trade them, they may release them, but they'll still pay them that money. But at the end of the day, the contracts are not really significantly at a standpoint for the players really having to prove themselves. I think that you should make baseball just like you have the NFL. There's no guarantees in these contracts. I think that the NBA should be the same. Just as these players demand this high market, if your game starts to stutter or you start to drop off and get old in the tooth, these teams should be able to hit that eject button and get rid of you and not have to pay such a steep price as far as paying you a full guaranteed contract. Now, with that being said, Mike Trout, I think he deserves his contract. It's not up there at the 10-year, $200+ million mark, but he's a 5-tool guy. A lot of these guys are not 5-tool guys that are getting paid this money. A-Rod, when he did get his contract, was the closest thing we've seen to a 5-tool guy getting that kind of money. But Albert Pujols, not that kind of player, up there, old in the tooth. He can hit the ball well, but with all these hamstring injuries, these calf injuries, these leg injuries, it's starting to add up. All those years of playing productive baseball looks like it's past him right now. The Angels are looking like they're big dummies, but when it comes down to it, you have to pay Mike Trout what he's worth. Because he's a young star, because he's a young, great player, I say pay him, because you can give him a 6-year, 10-year deal. Only because he's not even in his prime yet, and he's still out there doing what MVPs do, finishing in the Triple Crown races, finishing in the MVP races each year since he's been in the Major League Baseball system. So when it comes down to it, are Major League Baseball players overpaid? Should their contracts not be guaranteed? Should they not be allowed to get these mega deals? You're looking at a lot of people, even Robinson Cano, not signing back with the Yankees. That was a smart decision by the Yankees, not paying him $240 million, because he's not worth that kind of money if you ask me. So I also want to know who's the most highest paid player currently. One of the highest paid players, not named Alex Rodriguez, who is just basically just stealing their contract right now. I want to know what you guys feel. Let me know. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to check me out at justmypicks.com each and every day for all the breaking news. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter. Follow me there at justmypicks.tv. Also check me out on YouTube. YouTube.com/justmypicks.tv. Thank you very much for checking us out. Please share my videos in your sports group and have a great day.